Hi guys, welcome to Winning Easy. My name is Wade. Flying solo again this week. Dan's definitely doing a video this week. We promised we'll have definitely videos from both of us. 2 sets of tips. Hopefully between us we have a winning day. Last week was not a good day, and the week before wasn't the best day, so I'm under the pump here to perform. But back tomorrow to the Queensland meeting. The Prime Minister's Cup meeting here on the Gold Coast, our hometown. Home city I should say, and we'll hopefully bounce back. We're pretty confident. We've got some good winners tomorrow. It's a soft 5 and it's a great card, it really is. It really kicks off the Queensland Winter Carnival here, so let's get straight into it. And we'll start race 1. It's a benchmark 85 over 1200 metres, and I'm liking number 2, Flying Riddle. Just a consistent horse. He just never runs a bad race, and from barrier 1 with the 2 kilo claim from Bo Appo, I just think he'll be very hard to beat. He ran a sensational race in the Wheatwood last time, so there's a massive drop in grade, and he only goes up 2 kilos with the claim after that run. So barrier 1 loves this track. 4 wins, second and 2/3 from 9 starts at the track. They're good stats. It's a funny track, the Gold Coast, and barrier 1. Barriers do play a big advantage at the Gold Coast. So we'll go 2 to beat the toppy. Number 1, Kadiro. And number 7 and 5, who are both first up, and I think if there's any money for them, maybe just watch that. I think they'll both run cheeky races first up, but 2 to beat 1, 7 and 5. Race 2, we have the 1800 metre benchmark 80. Tough race. I would have liked to try and find some value, but I really come back to number 3, Colin Little, from the Ben Curry stable, and Ben's going sensational at the moment. He's a young up and coming trainer from Toowoomba. Really make his mark, and with the 3 kilo claim here for young Josh Oliver, who's really started to make his mark on the scene, and now he's going to town now. I think it's really well weighted here, so around the $4.60 mark I think we'll go Colin Little on top to beat number 4, Avalanches, who there's been a bit of money for. Since they started riding this horse cold, I think it's added a bit more, another dimension I should say, to his bow, and I think he'll be hard to beat here at his home track. And numbers 13, which is Court Star, who they really backed last start, and it was very disappointing. But I'll just forgive him for one bad run and give him another chance. Has got ability, this horse. And number 9, Surface Tension, who won at Big Odds 2 starts ago, and was a bit disappointed last start. But he's got a wide barrier, but expecting to go forward and get some cheek out in front. So we've got 3, 4, 13, 9. We get straight into the first of the features of the day. It's the Ken Russell Memorial for the 2-year-olds. Really good race here. But I'm going number 10, Royal Tith from the John Zilke stable. This is a really nice horse. Luke Dittman here. I think it will be storming over the top of these, I should say. A bit of a tongue twister. First up here, nice pace on. I think we'll get every chance to really hit the line. To beat number 15, Pegapush, now from the Scotty Morrissey stable. Now this horse won at 101 at second start of the race. It was an amazing win. 3 at the trip on the speed and just kept winning, kept kicking, and then eventually won. Won like a really good horse as well. And then this next start ran a sensational race, even over in 10th in the Sunshine Coast big 2-year-old race, the Bruce McLaughlin. Came back from the spell. It's had 2 good runs. It ran a really nice run last week, and it's $91 again tomorrow. I don't think it should be $91. It's a better horse than a $91 chance from barrier 2. I think it's on a size and TJ Par. Must put this in your Quinellas and Trifectas. This is stupid odds, I'm telling you. It's a good horse. 4, Impendi from the John O'Shea stable, beautifully bred, Long Road and Nemesis. She was a sensational filly, so impeccably bred there, and they brought it up here to obviously try and get some black type for it. And number 5, Charlie River, who they really unloaded last start for, but the money kept in the bookies' bag sadly. But its trial before that was sensational, so we'll give them one more chance. So we'll go 10, 15, 4, 5. Race 4, we're going to the Gold Coast Bracelet 3-year-old fillies. It's good to see the staying 3-year-old fillies here. And I'm going one who's out of form on paper, but I'll give it a chance to bounce back here, and that's number 2, Dawny Perfect. Won the Ethereal in the spring at Caulfield, and they're in 4th in the Wakeful. It's run 1200 metre run, it's had a 1400 metre run, it's had a 1600 metre run up the other day. Forget it's run the other day. I just think for barrier 7 they'll ride a bit more positive to my reckon, and I think at $26 I'll give her one more chance because we know she can stay, and she'll run 1800 out strongly. To beat number 5, this is a really interesting ride. I think there's a lot of up and coming horses here. Number 15, Pretty Lucky, will stay all day, and it's first emergency, so whether it gets a run, I think it's a really nice stay in the future. I don't know whether it's got the class, but one thing when you get to this sort of grade, especially 3-off fillies, it's important that you can run the distance. And I know that number 15, Pretty Lucky, will. 7, Kabiti for third. Matthew Dunstable, this filly's been in sensational form, and I still think that she can get the right run here from barrier 3 and be hard to beat with a Reduced Choice filly. And right down the bottom, number 18, Lyricist, from the Toby Edmonds stable. Like I said, it's 4th emergency, so whether we'll get a run I don't know, but I know they have a good opinion of it, and for Toby put in a race like this, it's only 4th start in a race, I think you got to respect that, but like I said, unlikely to get a run. But if it does, definitely put in your Quinellas and trifectas as well. So 2, 15, 7, 8 there. Race 5, another of the features is the Silk Stocking for the fillies and mares, listed level. I'm going number 6, Miss Covergirl here from the Kelly Schweida stable. One of my favourite jockeys on here in Glenn Collis. He's really riding good. He's really fit at the moment, Glenn. And when Glenn's determined, there's not too many better jockeys, I think, out there, especially in Queensland. I think he's Queensland's #1 jockey when he's right. And from barrier 2, this will get the run of the races, each way special for sure. To beat number 5, Tina Molina, who'll be storming home. Barrier 13 is the issue here. Michael Carl takes a ride. Number 9, Rose Net. Now this horse shouldn't be these odds. It's had 3 starts first up for 3 wins. Its runs last time were in really good company, and it's $21 at the moment. I think it's silly odds. Must put in your first 4s. And number 3 for third, which is Jessie Bell. This horse has sucked me in a few times. Starting to get a bit of reputation as a non-winner, so I've got to put it in the exotics, but I don't really want to be taking the $5 about at the moment. I'm happy to go Miss Covergirl each way there with Glenn Collis aboard. Race 6 is the Prime Minister's Cup, and it's a shame that Malcolm Turnbull can't make it. I don't think we've had a Prime Minister attend this meeting since John Howard way back maybe in the late 1990s, so I think it's pretty disgraceful that they can't make the time and effort to come up and be making an appearance for the race that's named after them. I also think the prize money of $100,000 for this is very poor. When you got the Silk Stocking worth $50,000 more, I think it really is a really kick in the guts. So really hope they look at doing some of that next year racing Queensland. Number 2, Worthy Cause. I'm going with John Zielke and Luke Dittman again. This ran a great race behind Hofgaard and the Bribery the other week. There wasn't much between them. And this week, Worthy Cause and Hofgaard, they got barriers 1 and 2. They're at the top of the weight, but they're the 2 best horses in the race. But I'm going number 2, Worthy Cause, to turn the tables. He won at Flemington second up last time in the spring. I don't think any of these horses could win at Flemington, to be honest. So I'll go 2 to beat number 3, Snipper Slam from the Peter and Paul Snowden stable. They've given a little freshen up to target Queensland. I think this is its right level. Barrier 3 as well. All these toppies have drawn well, so they're going to get every chance. To beat number 4, Akuvurin from the Kieran Mars stable. This horse always had ability. It's interesting that he's kept away sort of in target of the Queensland Winter Carnival. So that might be an indication that he wanted to give us some time and try and find a nice race, maybe like the Eyeliner or the Glass House at Caloundra. But it's got plenty of ability and it is a swimmer. So if you see it going on a wet track through the carnival, definitely put it in. And number 1, Hofgarden for 4th. So I think it's 2, 3, 4, 1. I think the top weights there have just got the class and it'll be too good. Race 7, the feature race of the day, the Hollandale Stakes, Group 2, Weight for Age. It's been won by some great horses over the years, including the great Modern Power. I'm going 1 here. We haven't had too much value so far in the day, and I've been trying to find one, but I think I might have 1 here. I'll give number 8, Cool Company from the Chris Waller stable. It's around $21 at the moment. Now, we tipped this to win the Randvet in the autumn, and I was very disappointed Craigie Williams ride that day. It wasn't one of his best, even though it got beat 7 lengths. But that's behind the United States and that. Since then, it's had 2 trials, recently winning over a 900 metre trial. I just think it's going to be one of these horses that's going to get better, and I think with Chris bringing to Queensland, I really think this will be the making of this horse, and I reckon you'll see this horse maybe jump out the ground on Saturday. Really loves to give him the ground. I just think it's really going to be hard to beat here. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a bit more of a positive ride. It's been getting back in its races since it's come out to Australia, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see it more up on the pace, and I'm going to give this one more chance, Cool Company. To beat numbers 7, which is It's Somewhat from the John O'Shea stable. I think this horse's form is great. Yeah, I have to put it in if it's held this condition. Number 3, Excess Knowledge. Well, this is a really good horse. Gaze obviously targeted this carnival. Ran in the Melbourne Cup, ran 7th in the Melbourne Cup, then ran first up 1500 metres Rosehill, just got beat behind It's Somewhat. It hasn't raced since, so I think she's really targeted Queensland. It's a quality horse, this horse, and barrier 14, Tegan on gate, I think that's the recipe that it will be leading, so so like I said, I expect Cool Company to be in the first few tomorrow, but Excess Knowledge, I think, from that alley will be leading, and will set the pace, and it will take running down. And number 13, Spirit Gym. This horse having its first start for Chris Waller. What I find really interesting about this is that it's an overseas horse, and he's brought it straight to Queensland. Now, whether he even gives it just the one run or not, that might be, I don't know what Chris's plans are, but he's had the one trial and he's brought it straight to Queensland. This horse has ran in the Arc de Triomphe, Group 1's in France, really top form. I mean, like really top form, and I don't know what his plans are. Loves the wet, but it's obviously shown him a bit to bring it straight up here and put him in a Group 2. So I think it's must watch by the sensational side Galileo. So 8, 7, 3, 13 there. And in the last, we have the Gold Coast Guineas. Race 8, great card, as we said. I'm going for one here. I found my roughie of the day, and it's in the last, and it's number 6, Innie Stride here, from the Rexy Lift stable. Going for the Queensland victory here. This horse shouldn't be $34 at the moment. First up, ran a great race. Got just that far back on the Sunny Coast 2 weeks ago. Flashed home, ran 4th. It's a horse that's only won 2 from 18 because it is back marker, needs a lot of luck. But I just think it will get its chance today on Saturday on barrier 7. I don't think it has to be that far back. I think it'll be midfield. We're in a great race in the Magic Millions Guineas behind Mahood, only going to be a couple lengths in January. I think if it runs up to that run, it'll be very hard to beat. The 1200, I would have liked to maybe see the 1400, but I'll just give it a chance that it will rattle home and will go very close, I reckon. I've got another one here, Good Odds, that will also give it a good run for its money. It's number 12, Blueberry Hill. It won on this day last year in the Champagne Stakes at Dooman. I love horses that win on the same day each year. It's had the 2 runs back. It had obviously a long layoff since the winter carnival. So now we're getting into its peak fitness, third up, $21. I think you definitely give it one more chance too. And numbers 16 and 4 for me to round out the Guineas, which is number 16, Brigden Rose from the Peter and Paul Stoddard stable. I backed this on a midweek meeting first up at $26. I could not believe it. And since then it's running 2 lot harder races, but they've persevered, bring it up to Queensland. It's a quality filly. One like a good horse at Warwick Farm, and it's definitely up to a race like this. And number 4, Santa Ana Lane for the lead in Anthony Freeman's stable. We'll start the favourite, Barrier 2, Damien Brown. We'll have every chance, but I just don't like the value of it. And I was saying, going back to the Hollandale, I should say, I just don't like the value of Haraki there, $2.50. It's been running some great races, all the way up leading into the Winx form and that, but I don't want to be taking $2.50 about, to be honest, both of these. I think they're both lays on Saturday at those odds. Alright, summing up. So we'll go, my roughie of the day is in the last, Innie Stride, $34. And my best bet of the day is Miss Cover Girl, with Lenny Coles to get us home. But I'm really confident we'll get some winners there throughout the day. And I said I think Cool Company's one to really watch at $21 as well. But Miss Cover Girl is my best bet of the day, around the $6.50 mark there, and Innie Stride, my roughie of the day in the last. So I really hope I can deliver the goods this weekend. Dan and I will be back next week. I said that last week, but we will be back. Tomorrow is the start of the Queensland Winter Carnival. Officially, even though it's already officially kicked off, tomorrow is when the real action starts, and next weekend is the first Group 1, the BTC Cup. It's going to be a cracking race, so we'll definitely do a preview for that. Thanks for your support, guys. Spread the message, words, or spread the good message about us, and we'll be back next week, and hopefully with plenty of winners to talk about. Thank you. See ya. Go Australia.